Sometimes we're asked by those who are just looking into Anglicanism, why do you use the Book of Common Prayer? Why do you read your prayers and not just say everything extemporaneously? Doesn't that sort of make it lose its meaning on the one hand, and doesn't that on the other hand sort of stifle the Spirit? And the answer to both of those is no, it doesn't. First off, the prayers that are in the Book of Common Prayer date back hundreds of years, most of them to the 1549 Book of Common Prayer, and then many of those beyond that to the Roman sacramentaries of the 5th, 6th, 7th centuries. And so these prayers are ancient. These prayers have been used by the church for hundreds of years and have fed Christians and have given voice to their concerns and their troubles for hundreds of years, generations. And so I believe that that is a testimony to their power on the one hand, their longevity. But on the other hand, it takes me out of myself. I don't have to use only the resources in my mind to come up with prayers. I can tap into the prayers of the church that have gone many, many, many years before me. And if you listen to a lot of extemporaneous prayers, they are very repetitive. How many justs and Father Gods can you fit into a 3-minute prayer? I mean, that becomes sort of repetitive and distracting in itself at times. So the prayers they unite our prayers to the prayers of the church. And so, no, I don't believe that they lose their meaning. And the other point to think about is I've been married 21 years, and every morning I tell my wife that I love her. I use the same phrase, the same words every morning, and that doesn't lose its meaning. And in fact, as the relationship grows and has grown over the years, those words, I mean them with more love and more affection than I could have possibly imagined 21 years ago. So that's also what happens in terms of our said prayers. They tend to do that. The other question is, does it stifle the Spirit? No. I mean, let's think about it. You and I are not going to be able to stifle the Spirit of God Almighty. The Spirit of God Almighty moves as He wills, as Jesus said, as the wind blows. So no, I don't believe that just simply having an extemporaneous prayer versus a written prayer, somehow is more spiritual than not. But I think that we need to always be diligent about staying engaged in our faith and staying engaged in our worship and listening deeply to the prayers that have been said before us, so that we continue to lift them up to the glory of God.